Hey guys, today I'm filming my November favorites video, and this is probably going to be the biggest, longest favorites I've done in months. I feel like the past couple months I've only been mentioning a couple things, but I have so much in this video. I think the big reasons for that is because this is my last month using my fall makeup products, so I wanted to mention some standouts from the entire season, and also I did not do a palette of the month. I did choose one, the Urban Decay Smoked palette, but I created one look with it and decided I don't want that palette anymore. It had some really pretty smoky jewel tones, which is the reason I bought the palette, but I never used it. Like, I've had that for like 2 years and never ever used it. I don't think they chose good colors for the matte shades. They have a peach that is almost like a nude peach, and then they have like a really, really deep chocolate brown. So those are not colors I can use as transition and crease because they're too dramatic on both sides of the scale. So I decided that I'm probably going to sell that palette, and instead this month I used the single shadows in my monthly makeup basket, which I'm so glad I did. I created 4 different looks that I fell in love with. I have my standout cheek products, a ton of lippies, some nail polish. This is going to be a really, really long video. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is a technique that I mentioned either in my April or May favorites, and that was setting my eyeshadow primer. And I have definitely changed how I do that and the products over the past couple months. So in that video I was setting the entire eye, but now I am not setting my lid because most of the time I'm using a cream shadow and I don't want to put powder underneath of a cream and have it bunch up. So I'm not setting my lid at all, but I am setting my crease and my brow bone. I was just using Wet n Wild Brulee, but I felt like it wasn't highlighting enough because it's too similar to my skin tone. So now I use 2 different shades. Under my brow bone, I'm using Matte Malloy from the Balm Meet Matte Nude palette and applying it with the Wet n Wild large shader brush. This does a great job, and yes, this is a matte white. I can get away with it because I'm so fair, and I do also mix it in with the crease setting shade so it doesn't look so harsh. In my crease, I set the primer with the Wet n Wild Brulee and the Wet n Wild crease brush. I just finished up Brulee in a single, so now I'm using one that I have in a palette. But this brush does a great job of just blending in, getting it into all these little crevices, making sure that the primer is set in those areas. I have tried these brushes, using these to apply my everyday eyeshadow, and I don't really like it, especially the crease brush. I don't love it, but I do use it every single day to set my primer, and I love it that way. So now moving on to my favorite eye looks. I did have 4. I'm also going to be linking in the cards videos where I am wearing this makeup so you can see what it looks like on me. The first one is using the ColourPop eyeshadow in DGAF. This is a color I had not used before, and I'm really excited too. So as you can see, it looks peachy, and then it has a flash shift of green. It is so cool and looks amazing on the eye. So here's a swatch of DGAF. It is such a unique color that I feel like is a must-have and so beautiful in the fall. So that's what I was wearing on my lid. And for my transition crease outer corner colors, I was using Anastasia Birkin as my transition and crease, and I was using Anastasia Blazin in the outer corner. So gorgeous. I love the Anastasia matte shadows. They're so pigmented, but they blend so well. I actually have a dip going in Birkin. I've used it so much, so definitely recommend these Anastasia shadows. I love that look so much. If you do not have DGAF, I highly recommend you pick it up when you place your next ColourPop order. My second look is using another ColourPop shadow. Of course, this is the shade Boy Band, which was from the fall 2015 collection. This has been discontinued, which sucks because this color is absolutely amazing. I describe this as a pumpkin spice color. I did do a tutorial on this one in the past, but I use all ColourPop shadows, but this month I just used this shade and then some other powder shadows. So right here is a swatch of Boy Band, a really pretty like red, brown, coppery color. And with that eyeshadow, I use this entire quad. So Anastasia Birkin, Anastasia Blazin, Makeup Geek Country Girl, and Makeup Geek Frappe. Transition, crease. This I blended crease and transition, and this is outer corner. I love these 4 colors so much. Anastasia, Makeup Geek, and MAC are my top 3 eyeshadow formulations. I think these colors are so, so pretty. I actually took this with me for Thanksgiving and traveled with this. This is just a little Anastasia quad. This is the old packaging of their quads, which was cardboard. I'm so glad that I kept this to use as a travel palette. The Anastasia and Makeup Geek shadows magnetized to this palette, so love this little tiny quad in general, but these 4 shades I loved using with Boy Band. My next look was using the MAC Extra Dimension eyeshadow in the shade Sweet Heat, which is a really pretty rose gold shade. I have a couple of the Extra Dimension eyeshadows and I think they're a really unique formula. They feel really creamy but also kind of dry, but they are really pretty and metallic. So here is a swatch of Sweet Heat, if you can see that really pretty metallic rose gold. And I did pair some Anastasia shadows with that one. I was using Blazin' as my transition color. And then from the Modern Renaissance palette, I used Raw Sienna as a outer corner and Burnt Orange as my crease color. I love those shades so much. All of those shades just paired together so nicely. It was more of a monochromatic look because the shades are all kind of similar color families and similar tones, but I really enjoyed it. And my 4th and last look is the one I will have a tutorial on. This is using the Prestige Total Intensity eyeshadow in Hocus Pocus. This is a stunning blue-brown color with a maroon undertone. There are a million dupes for the shadows. MAC Blue Brown Pigment, MAC Club, Urban Decay Lounge. I think Buxom has a dupe. Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. Seriously, a bajillion dupes for this color, but it is so pretty. So here is a swatch of this color. It just looks like a beetle. It is so freaking cool. So if you hold it like this, you can see more maroon, and here you can see more of that blue-green color. So when I felt like doing a really dramatic jewel tone smoky eye, that's when I was reaching for this. And this is one of the reasons I feel like I don't need the Urban Decay Smoked palette, because if I want to go for that kind of a look, I can just use this shade. And this shade is really pigmented, but I feel like it doesn't stick the best to the eye. So I decided to apply it over a base, and I was applying it over the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Pomegranate Punk. This shade may be discontinued by now, but I know a lot of you guys have this. I love using this maroon shadow as a base because it really picks up on the maroon undertones in that shadow. Also helps it really stick on to the eye, and I love using this color as a base. So I highly recommend that combination. And then for my transition color, I use MAC Soft Brown, and in my crease, I use MAC Brown Script. So those are my 4 favorite eye looks of the month. Then I do have a liner favorite. This is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. I did get this in a Sephora at Playbox, and I'm so happy that I did. This is something I wanted to try forever. This is a little brush tip liner. It reminds me of the Physicians Formula liner, but I like this one a little bit better. The bristles stay together so well. This looks like a felt tip with how compact the bristles are. This is also super duper pigmented matte black. I love this. I definitely think I might consider purchasing this in the full size. My favorite liner is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster from the drugstore, but this is definitely the best high-end liquid liner I've ever tried. This is totally worth all the hype. So now I wanted to talk about my 3 blush standouts of the entire season. In my monthly makeup basket, you know I had quite a few fall blushes, but these are the 3 I reached for the most and wore in the most looks. First, I have the MAC Mineralize blush in Warm Soul. On my fair skin tone, this looks like a really pretty neutral shimmery peach color. I love this if I'm wearing a really dramatic eye and I want to accentuate my cheeks, but I don't want them to look too bright clowny. This is the perfect color. I really do like this formula, and this shade is amazing, especially on light skin. My second blush is the Clinique Cheek Pop in the shade Ginger Pop. I love the Cheek Pop blush formula. My favorite shades are Peach and Ginger. I think this is such a gorgeous color. So this will give more color to the cheeks than Warm Soul, but I also think that because of the undertone, this doesn't just scream to be too loud or bright. And I absolutely love this one. I like to wear this when I'm wearing more of a deeper orange lip. I actually am wearing this today. So when I'm wearing more of my eyes, I'll go for Warm Soul, but if I'm wearing more of my lips, I'll usually go for this Ginger Pop. And then the other one I was wearing is the Balm Instain Blush in Swiss Stock. This one's definitely a little bit brighter, has a little bit more color to it, so I do use a duo fiber brush so it doesn't look too intense. I love the Balm Instain blushes. I only have 2 of them, but this color is so stunning. I know Samantha Jane loves this, and she's actually hit pan, which is amazing because these blushes are so freaking pigmented. So highly recommend the Balm Instains and definitely the shade Swiss Dot. Now I have 5 lip colors that I was loving. I wore a lot of these with those looks in videos, so you'll be able to see it from the links in the cards. And then I also have a couple other products that I was just wearing throughout the month, one that I'm wearing today. So first we'll start with the one actual lipstick. This is a ColourPop Lippie stick in the shade Grunge, which is a matte finish. This is an amazingly beautiful warm terracotta brown on my skin tone. On people that are deeper, this looks more terracotta, but on me it definitely pulls brown. This was actually in my yearly favorites of last year. This is a color that I would never think I would like, but I actually think it is amazing. And right here is a swatch of Grunge. I love the formula and this color is fantastic. And I wore this lippy stick with the ColourPop boy band look. My next lip product is an Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in the shade Kristen. This is a really pretty pinky nude brown. When I first got this, I actually didn't like this color on me, but it totally depends on what look you're pairing it with. I wore this with the ColourPop DGAF look and freaking loved it. These are fully opaque glosses on their own with one swipe. I definitely want to do a review on these and a look at lipsticks together like I did for Dose. And I think that these are absolutely fantastic quality and this color is stunning. And right here is a swatch of Kristen. My next lip color is the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Frickin' Frack, which is also a terracotta shade. When I first got this, I thought it was way too deep for me and I was definitely let down by it. But again, this is a color for me that I have to pair with a certain look. I also use this with the ColourPop Boy Band look, and this reminded me how much I love the Ultra Satin Lip formula. I no longer want to buy Ultra Mattes. I only want to buy Ultra Satins. They're super pigmented. They don't dry down to a transfer proof, but yet even if they transfer, you don't see any color missing from your lips. This is so pigmented and really long wearing, so love this formula and this color is so pretty. Right here is a swatch of Frickin' Frack. My next lip favorite is the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Truffle, a really pretty light brownie nude. I love the formula of Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. I do have a review on these. I will have that linked up here. I wore this with the MAC Sweet Heat look. I think it's just an amazing formula. It does dry down completely, a little bit dry, but not too bad. And here is a swatch of Dose of Colors Truffle, a really nice peachy kind of brownie nude. And lastly is what I'm wearing on my lips today. This is the Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick in Driver's Seat. I got this in my October Sephora at Playbox. I don't like orange lip colors, but this is the most beautiful harvest orange. This does dry down probably like 98%, but this doesn't really transfer. It feels super comfortable. It wears for a really long time. This wore on me for 7 hours with only slight fading, and it didn't start to feel drying until like 7 hours, which is amazing for me. I definitely want to try more colors in this formula. I'm so impressed with it, and this color is a surprise favorite for me. And here's a swatch of Smashbox Driver's Seat. And last for beauty favorites, I do have 2 nail polishes that really stood out to me this month. I didn't wear nail polish a whole ton because I had that gel manicure on for my wedding, which honestly destroyed my nails. They were so thin and weak, I had to cut them down. The gel polish would not come off. I was literally chipping it off. It was an awful experience, so I probably wouldn't get it again, even though it was really nice for my wedding. There were 2 colors I absolutely loved. The first is OPI, My Dog Sled is a Hybrid. Such a stunning color. I don't even know how to describe this, but this is one of my all-time favorite polishes ever. Perfect for fall, opaque in 2 to 3 coats. OPI formula is my all-time favorite mainstream formula, and I also love the brush. Then I have one of 90 Lacquer's polishes in Turkey Coma, which was from her Thanksgiving collection last year. And this is a copper holographic. This is so stunning. I will include pictures in the shade and in the sun so you can see how strong the hollow shift is. When you're outside and you're driving around, this can get you in a freaking accident because you're just like mesmerized by the holographic. This is opaque in 2 coats. I love this formula and I'm really excited to try more polishes from Jess. Highly recommend her line. So guys, those are all of my beauty favorites. Now into my random favorites. I have quite a few as well. The first is a channel I don't think I've mentioned yet, but that would be Makeup by Amy Michelle. I randomly came across her video, I think from a review. She posts really frequently. Her quality is amazing. I really enjoy her personality. I will definitely have her channel linked down below. Please make sure you go check her out. Then I have a couple YouTube video favorites of the month. The first is from Miss Holly Berries, and she did her top 10 holiday polishes. Holly's top 10 videos are my favorite. So what she does is pick 10 color categories and give you 3 examples in each category. So she's showing you 30 polishes that she recommends. So many colors that I wanted to pull out, so many I wanted to buy. Love those videos. And then Sam Sherman had posted her yearly favorites, and there were so many products that I really wanted. She also has very oily skin, and I really love seeing that. I love yearly favorites, and that was the first one that I've seen so far. So definitely love that video. She had some great product recommendations. Next is another YouTube video, but it's from The Ellen Show. If you guys know her producer, Andy, she has this new segment called Average Andy, where Andy will try to do things that professionals do, like high diving and like some martial arts stuff. I'll link those 2 videos because Andy's commentary is hilarious. He's such a funny dude. You definitely have to watch those. Next, I have a TV show. That would be Vanderpump Rules on Bravo. I have a lot of thoughts about that show. There are a lot of people I like, a lot of people I don't like. I think Katie is a biatch. I don't think it's right to tell your friends that they can't hang out with other people if they're still your friend. Like, that's very childish, very middle school of her. But I love Schwartz, and I think that's a really cool show. It has Lisa Vanderpump in it. She is the owner of the restaurant. Lisa Vanderpump is from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which is starting very soon, or it probably already started by the time I'm posting this video, but so excited because Real Housewives OC and New Jersey just ended, so I need some more housewives in my life. But Vanderpump Rules, a really great reality show. I'm addicted to reality TV, a lot of great drama. Then I have a bunch of songs that I've been listening to like non-stop this month. The first is Broccoli. I know, like, that song is about smoking weed. It is like the most random thing ever, but it's so catchy. Also, Black Beatles by Ray Schmurd. That is the song for the Mannequin Challenge. I love it. I think it is so catchy. And also Caroline by Amine. Just a really catchy beat. The lyrics are just kind of funny. So I'll have all those music videos linked down below. Another song that I'm like iffy on is Side to Side by Ariana Grande. I think it is really catchy, but what it is about is having sex so much you can't walk straight. I am like self-proclaimed, I'm a prude, okay? I don't like hyper-sexualized music, and for me that's disgusting because I know kids are walking around singing that song, have no idea what it means. A lot of people don't know what it means, but it is literally about having sex so freaking hard that you can't walk straight, and that is a catchy song, but like the meaning of it literally disgusts me. I also went to the movies this month. I saw The Lovings, which is a historical movie. It is about the couple that made it legal for interracial couples to be married. If you guys do not know, my husband is Black, so we felt like we really had to see this movie. We're so excited to, and it was amazing. I only cried a little bit, which is pretty good for me, but I would highly recommend it. Unfortunately, this movie is only in select theaters, which I hate. It should be freaking everywhere, but it was a really touching movie that made me so proud and so thankful. So guys, that was my extremely long November favorites. I would love to know your thoughts if you tried these products, and I would love to know your favorite products of this month. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.